Hey everybody, I'm doing a kaleidoscope show and tell tonight. As you can see, I got a lot of scopes to show. I'll probably do a really quick show through of these. What I wanted to do is I wanted to go ahead and use up all the kits I had. So for the past week, I've been doing nothing but building kaleidoscopes because I want to go ahead and I wanted to go ahead and get the kits I had done, get the finished scopes listed on my Etsy store, get them wrapped up and packed up and contained and safely out of the way so there's no chance of them getting lost or damaged during the whole packing process. I don't think I'll be making any more scopes until after we move, but I mean, never say never. You don't know, but I don't think I'll be making any more scopes until after we move. I think now I'm going to pack up all my kaleidoscope supplies and wait until after I move to make more. So I have 13 here. 12 of them will be on my store. One of them is a gift. So I'm not going to show the gift. I'm going to move that one out of the way because I don't know if the recipient watches my channel or not. I don't think she does. I'm going to go ahead and do a video of it by itself so I can maybe just do a show-off video when I have it completed because I'm going to make a dust bag in a presentation box for her to have something really special. But that one will not be shown tonight, but the ones that are going to be on my store will be shown, and I'll talk about what they are. The first one, I have this, you'll have to pardon with my talking, my aphasia is really bugging me tonight. Embossed, textured, metallic gold celestial paper. I was given a scrapbook paper pad and a swap, and my swap sister, I knew that I like anything celestial and with moons and stars, and if you guys don't know, I anything celestial, I'm just a fiend for anything moons and stars and planets and things like that. So she sent me in my swap box a big pad of paper which is celestial themed, and some of the papers are embellished, some of them are plain. This is one of the embellished papers with these really cool gold embossed moons and stars. So I knew I had to make a kaleidoscope with this paper. As soon as I opened up the box and saw the paper pad and saw this paper, I knew I had to make a scope with it. So this one is a traditional configuration, which means reflections butting up against reflections, butting up against reflections for infinity. And I picked really bright, the spectrum, the rainbow spectrum for this one. Let me see if I can give you one more view. Yeah, I wanted a bright, colorful rainbow one, so that was my rainbow scope. We'll go ahead and set this one aside. Then we'll go with this one. This is a really cool old art paper. I got this at a scrapbook store probably in 2003 or 4. Yeah, way back when. And I really I've got two of them. I've got one in another color as well. But I really like this where it looks almost kind of watercolored with this textured embossed gold. I really like it a lot. And this one is a mandala, or mandala, however you want to pronounce it, configuration. And really cool pink and lilac and purple and fuchsia. The colors of the outside of the case brought inside through the eyepiece. You'll have to pardon my looking through the eyepieces of these mandala scopes, because when I do my videos of the mandala slideshows set to music, I take all the pictures before I attach the end caps, so it's easier to get pictures. This is an older one. This one was already listed on my store. It's some older stock. I love this one. I want to try to replicate the outside of this with a mandala inside. This one again is a very heavy, saturated, deep color. All the colors very rich and saturated. And it's a traditional configuration. So, let's see. The next one on the list, the paper on this is some mulberry paper. It's like a, I haven't decided if this is black or midnight blue yet. It looks different in different lights, but it's really cool, textury, fibery mulberry paper with this kind of metallic gold embossing that looks almost like nail heads. So this one I did a super bright mandala through, and I really like this one. Let me see if I go. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So that one's a bright mandala. This is another one. It's an old stock one. This is actually fabric on this one. So, and it's got a lot of, you know, lacy squiggles on here. It's heavy on the squiggage. I like these little squiggly bits in my kaleidoscopes because it looks almost like lace. And I'll have to explain one day how I do these, because there's a trade secret to getting good squiggage. And I'll have to show how I make the squiggles. The next one is a new one, and it's that same kind of paper as the fuchsia and purple and pink one, except it's shades of like robin's egg blue and pale turquoise with the embossed gold, and I really like that. This one I chose what I consider very relaxing colors. There's amber, there's yellow, there's green, there's moss, there's blue, there's sky blue, there's that little bit of amber in there. Let me see if this works better for the image. Like I said, when I do all the photographs for the little slideshow videos, I do it before I attach my end caps. It just makes it easier to photograph through these scopes, especially these mandala scopes. But that's this one. It's a new one. This is a new one. I like the paper on this. To me, this almost looks like really thin stained wood veneer. I like to keep the colors on the inside matching the colors on the outside, so I went with that. And this one is a traditional configuration. Okay, one more through that. So the traditional configuration, like I said, are just reflections butting up against reflections, butting up against reflections for, you know, to infinity. The mandala kaleidoscopes are a little bit different. First of all, this one, the paper is a really cool, it's got a high cotton content. It's been like tie-dyed. It's real crinkled and fabric-y. I really want to find more of this paper. I'm really going to try to get it together to go back to the Creating Keepsake convention. Last time I saw one booth that had a bunch of art paper. And I really want to try to see if they're there again this year. But I think the CKC this year is the weekend we're supposed to be moving. So I don't know if I'm going to make it to CKC or not, but I may try. But anyway, to show the image in this one. Okay, now the mandala kaleidoscopes are a little bit more difficult to make because I kind of have to do a little mathing here. Well, I have to do a little bit of geometry because to get the different number of points in your mandala is this angle. Okay, the angle of the mirror configuration determines how many points your mandala has. So I have to kind of math it, and I'm not great at math. I'm okay at geometry, which is good. But yeah, the mandala scopes are a little bit more difficult to make because you know, it's not just images against images against images. It's images against images at certain angles, and you control those angles. So they have a little bit more of it's a little bit more difficult to get them to come together just right. And as you can tell, they don't necessarily come together perfect, but when you're looking through them with the naked eye, it's really hard to see any kind of flaws. This is an older one too. This is from my first batch. This one had already been on my store. And it's kind of like harvest gold colors. This one is a new one. This is just some really cool scrapbook paper. The name of the line of the paper is like Bohemian Bazaar. And it's really hard to tell in this light, but as I tilt it, you can see some little sparkles here and there. I went over it with a glimmer gel pen and kind of traced around some of the designs and traced some of the lines out. So as the light hits it, it has little bits of glimmers here and there. And this one is a super bright. I really wanted to pick through the colors on the paper. So this one is really bright mandala. Come on. Trying to get a really good colorful. There we go. Yeah, that's like a really bright set of mandalas. This one is... Okay, this one is a basic mirror configuration. It's marbleized finished paper that I've gone back and kind of free-handed some heat embossing over just to give it some details. And that's the interior of this one. The pastels, there's a lot of kind of lavender and almost kind of a pink in the paper. So I tried to pull those colors into my scope. And I have one last one to show. And the paper on this one is really cool. It's a hammered textured vellum, metallic vellum. And it looks almost like it has fingerprints all over it. And it has like this really deep, almost a denim blue, kind of a patina look with this antique copper, and I really like this paper. Now with this one, I kind of picked a weird color scheme. My husband said it looks almost like a harvest colors, but I don't know. I don't know. I picked brown, I picked amber, I picked cranberry, I picked gold, I picked gray, I picked all those harvesty colors. So yeah, it's like a harvest. Ooh, see that's a pretty. Yeah, I like that one a lot. But like I said, when I go to make the mandala videos with the slideshows, I do them before I put the caps on, because like I said, it's so much easier to photograph through the inner workings of the kaleidoscope without the end cap on. So those are my scopes. I've got to photograph a bunch of them tonight. I've only got 3 of them photographed, and get those suckers listed, get them packed, get them safely out of the way, because God forbid something happens to a kaleidoscope while I'm trying to freaking pack to move. But yep, that's my kaleidoscopes for tonight. So that's what I've been up to, and look forward to more mandala videos in the not too distant future. I've done 1, I've got 2, 3. Is that a mandala? Nope. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The one I made for my friend is a mandala. Let me see if I can. Yeah. Okay. So there will definitely be mandala videos in the works. Anyway, yeah, this is kind of just a little, rough and dirty video. So hope you guys liked looking at my little scope show. And I will see you guys soon.